This is Dennis Kutrieb after Ebbsfleet 0, Oxford City 4. What do you make of that, Dennis?
Tough to take again. Obviously, everyone knew about how important this game is for us today and how we want to start the game and on the front foot and all these things. And I think it looked almost like too easy in the beginning because we had the ball. We could open them up a few times already before we conceded the first goal, which is obviously embarrassing to concede because we give the ball away edge of our own box. And we can be happy that Kazu could make the save, then switched off for the corner straight away after and conceded one goal. So, and then you could see then the game change. Obviously, they had more confidence. Congratulations to them. They had more confidence than us and just punished us again for a second, or was a second shot on goal. We couldn't catch it. The ball went in, and then you could see, and on top of it, a stupid red card to concede. So if you see the referee like he was today, where you need to be careful because you see they book us in the opponent's half in the corner for a dive and all these things, then you need to have this awareness as a player that you know, like, I can't do anything. I might get a yellow card, I might get sent off, whatever. You need to have this awareness and you just need to be even more careful. And this was just stupid from us to concede a second yellow card there. Was a handball in the middle of the pitch where nothing is dangerous. And then you could see heads dropped. And yes, also we had still shortly before halftime, we have a massive chance where we score, hit the post. So then we go into halftime, think like, okay, just stay together as a team and make sure we don't make another stupid mistake. And if we have a chance and we come back with 2-1 in the game, maybe then there's a way for us to come back into. Instead of this, we concede 2 goals straight away in the first, 5 or 10 minutes in the second half. And then it was obviously game over anyway. And then, I was just happy that they kept the ball in their own half and didn't want to punish us more. Yes, we had a few opportunities and entered the box a few times. Still couldn't score. I would be more happy for the boys, let's say it this way, if we could scored at least 1 goal. But all over the performance, as I said, not good enough because it was very important for us this game today. And you could see after we went 1 goal down and 2 goals down and had the red card, the uphill battle was just too much for us today.
You remodeled the side a little bit, moving players in and moving players out. And last weekend you got a good point at Hartlepool, coming from 2-1 down to steal a draw. And it seemed as though perhaps that was a turning point. And today you wanted to build on that, didn't you? But it didn't work out.
Yeah, exactly. No, I felt the same, and I think everyone in the changing room felt the same. So that's why it's a big blow for us, because everyone was so positive and like, yeah, we do it today and we get the win because we deserve it. But you don't get it. You need to make it happen. It's not you turn up and just for turning up you get it. You need to put the right work in and then you get the rewards for it. But if you give, regardless who you play, if you give the ball edge of the box away for the opponent, that he's 1v1 against a goalkeeper, then there is something wrong and we can't afford it because we are not in a position. If we are up in the table and we are having a great season, this is fine, this happens and it doesn't affect. But you could see it went from minute to minute, it went worse because the confidence dropped, and we started with much confidence, and that's what was pleasing to see for me. But I can't sit here and say like, oh yeah, was well done because we had 5 good minutes in the game. That's nowhere near good enough, and we know that, and I take the responsibility for that because I need to make sure that we do these things in the right way. And it, as you said, it felt for everyone like, oh yeah, now it's time to kick on, and we have 2 home games and we get it into the right direction and blah blah blah. But we need to do it on the pitch. It's not from talking. It's not from, yeah, we had a good point at Hartlepool where we should get a win. And everyone who was there from our fans said the same. And we saw the highlights and even watching it back. And it felt in the game like that. And yes, we should have got the win. But we can't say it today because we beat ourselves. And yeah, it's just on us. It's not on opponent and whatever. It's about us. We have lost the game today and no one else.
You're now firmly in a dogfight at the bottom of the table. You know, you've dropped a place to 3rd from bottom. Do you approach games differently because of the position you're in, or is it you still stick with the same ethic that you have all the time?
No, I think we slightly approached anyway already, because you can see if the confidence is not there, and the confidence needs to grow, and it grows with wins, obviously. Then you need to make sure that that you don't get carried away with, oh yeah, but we have possession and whatever, we moved the ball quite well and all these things, and that's what Oxford showed us perfectly today. So they punished us, as they have done against Woking. They got a win against Woking. They had Woking scored 3 own goals, and we scored 2 own goals in the first half as well, and on top of it concede a red card. And against a ball playing team like Oxford, 2-0 down with 10 men, it's almost impossible. It's in football never, but that's like exactly in the situation where we are at the moment, where you can't afford that this happens. But it happened today, so now we need to see how everyone is, how everyone comes back to training, if we have more injuries or not, if you were limping off, obviously, because it's always much more effort if you need to run with 10 men. And then we go again on Tuesday, and we just need to make sure that we don't make the stupid easy mistakes or don't get, easy bookings, and then we have a chance to turn it into the right direction.
Oxford pulled themselves out of the bottom 4 today with the victory, but before play began, the 4 sides promoted last season occupied the 4 bottom places in this division. What does that tell you about this division, the strength of it, that the 4 sides that came in the middle of November in the bottom 4 places?
Yeah, I think that tells us that the league is much better than people think, and it's a bigger step than you expect. Or not expect, but that you have a bigger step to make than what you're capable of doing in the early parts of the season. You need to get used to it. Yeah, and you can see, and it was today the case, it was Saturday the case, it was against Dagenham the case. You get punished in this league if you make easy mistakes. That's the massive difference. The people or the players from the opponents are punishing you if you make stupid mistakes. And that's the bottom line, and that's the most important thing. What you need to understand and what you need to learn, that you can't afford it. And we had it against, I think it was it was against Halifax here at home, on this side over there, short after halftime, starting on the second half, where we gave the ball away and they scored the second goal and was game over. So that's the point where we have to learn when is the right time to make easy decisions, to not get carried away with trying to pass the ball or go back to the goalkeeper or get it out wide or whatever. If you're in trouble, you need to go long, and that's what we have done against Hartlepool much better, even against Dagenham much better. But at the end of the day, we need to make sure that we learn quickly now, because we need results desperately.
You talk about learning quickly. The next game is here on Tuesday against Maidenhead. Does that give you enough time to have any impact on changing things?
Slightly. It comes down now to personal, because we had 2 good training weeks. So obviously now we can go away from here and say like, oh yeah, what have we done the whole week in training, because you could see the outcome. But if we don't get the red card, and if, yeah, it doesn't matter in football. Don't need to overtalk it, because it doesn't matter. We lost the game 4-0. Even when I saw some promising things in the beginning of the game, that's the point where we now need to make sure that we stay together as a team and see who is available for Tuesday and get a good side out on Tuesday and turn the things around. Maidenhead had got the second win on the spin today, so they have 2 wins in a row now, so they will come here with confidence, try to get another win, and we need to make sure that we are on the same page and that we try to turn the favours in our direction.
Well, thanks for talking to us today, and good luck on Tuesday.
Thank you.